Hi, and thanks for checking out my channel. I'm Tyler Vincent, the host, and I hope you all are being safe during these uncertain times. If you're anything like me, you're starving for sports because we've had them all taken away over the last few months, and I'm ready for this draft. I'm pretty excited. So today I'm going to go over a guy that is highly debated. His name's Joe Burrow. He's won a title with LSU over the past year, and he had one of the best seasons we've seen in a long time. So, but there's questions. Should the Dolphins give up all their draft capital to come up and get him? Should Cincinnati take Chase Young instead? Should Cincinnati just keep that pick and take him and make him their franchise quarterback? The main thing to know is that there's always going to be different opinions on him because of who he is. One thing we can all agree on is that he had an historic 2019. Here are some crazy stats. Completion percentage at 76.30 is when pressured stat. Now, this is the most important stat to me. When you look at this stat, it really shows you how poised the quarterback can be inside the pocket, outside the pocket. It doesn't matter. 66.4, which led the country in completion percentage when he's being pressured. So that's huge for his stock. 5,671 yards, 60 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, which is just mind-boggling. I mean, that's never going to be any less amazing than you just saying it out loud. It's just crazy. He has 358 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. So yeah, and these are crazy stats. I don't think we're going to see stats like that for a long time. So here's the thing, though. I love seeing quarterbacks play against great defenses when you want to try to evaluate them. So the focus of this film session will be on LSU versus Alabama. In my opinion, this was one of the best games of 2019. I mean, I watched this game from the start to the end, and I was just floored at how much talent was on the field, number one. Number two, just the elite level of offense and the cat and mouse game between the coaching staffs on both sides of the field, really. It was spectacular. LSU came out on top. They were an amazing team all around. Not just Joe Burrow, but their entire team was on point during this game, and it was really impressive. It was one of my most when you just watch a game just for the enjoyment factor of it. This game really stood out to me. So this is one I wanted to focus in on this game. Show the good, show the bad. Show things he can improve on. It's really hard to find stuff for a guy that has this kind of efficiency. Looking for something that he can improve on. It's not always easy, but it's definitely there. You can see it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. One of the concepts LSU consistently ran all year, multiple times per game, is the doubles concept. This play works by first having the outside receivers run deep fade routes up the field to stretch the defense vertically, while the slot receiver has an option route where he runs a post towards the deep safety and reads if he is going to back up or close the distance. Based on what the safety does, you either keep running deep or you'll convert the route to a dig and cut under the safety but over the linebackers in zone that are occupied by the tight end that's going on the drag route. On this particular play, you can see the safety drop off, so he reads him and then he cuts underneath with the dig route. In this scenario, Burrow's doing a really good job. He's on the same page as his receiver. That's the main thing to keep in mind here. This doesn't always work out this way, though, for your read. Sometimes you have to go to your second read, your third read, and you'll see that here later in the film. On this play, you get to see something that's not talked about a whole lot with Joe. And that's his feet. He's a really mobile quarterback. This isn't talked about enough in his evaluations. People talk about his arm, talk about the passing stats, but when you see plays like these, you really get to see, what is really special about Joe's feet and his ability to escape the pocket and make plays with them. This is something that makes him different from a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that are more like statues. We usually have runners or passers. Joe's kind of both. He can do both things very well. All right, so next play here, we're right back to the same concept from the first play, the doubles concept. There's some changes here that's been made. how Alabama is defending this play. You can see that this play, the way it ends up unfolding, the drag route is going to come wide open. But this is something that you get with Joe Burrow as your quarterback. It's not necessarily a flaw, but you see the free safety. He's kind of sitting. He's not in full retreat mode here, and when Joe sees. You'll see him go to his second read down at the bottom of the screen. When he sees he has a one-on-one opportunity, he's going to trust his receiver. That's a good quality in a quarterback. You want to have that. You also want to make high percentage throws. So I think this is somewhere that Joe probably could improve. He does a good job on this play of reading the leverage, and he puts the ball only where his receiver can get it. It's a beautiful throw. Ends up being a touchdown. He throws it short on the outside shoulder of his throw. It's like a back shoulder throw down the field. And it's well executed. It's a good play. However, the high percentage play is the tight end coming on the drag across. And when you get to the NFL, things change whenever you start to make low percentage throws. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. There's certain quarterbacks where it does. Pat Mahomes makes low percentage throws look routine. So these are it's something you have to wait and see, I guess, when you see it in the NFL. But on this play in particular, he has this tight end on a drag, and he's got 20-30 yards, down the field where he could really catch the ball and run with it. So it's just something to keep in mind whenever you're watching him play. He wants to make home run plays, and here he does. It works out for him. Over the next few plays, we'll see three of Burrow's more coachable flaws. And I like to say coachable because he doesn't have a lot of problems that are uncoachable. And this one, he takes the drop here. He gets pressure, but he steps up. And if you remember line of scrimmages, he's got like 6 more yards. And if he just pulls up right here and throws to this wide receiver coming wide open across the middle of the field, it's an easy completion. But instead, he runs and gets hit, an unnecessary hit. So here's the next one. This is something where he needs to improve too. Like I said, he wants to hit home runs. So when he's flushed out of the pocket and he sees no one, what's the best option here? The best option is to throw the ball away. He takes a sack. Okay, so on this one, the problem is not hitting his check down. So he gets the check down wide open 5 yards away from him. He looks right at him. Taking unnecessary hits is his problem, I think, because he has him right here. He's 5 yards away, 5-6 yards away. At this point, you just got to let that go if nobody else is there. Instead, he runs to his exact location and takes a hit. Anyway, enough of the bad stuff. Let's get back to the good. And this play is one of my favorite ones from the game because it really shows his ability to look left to right across the field and read through progressions, come back to his reads, and make a play. Even though it was a fumble, it wasn't a short game. This doesn't seem like a big play. But if you really watch, watch his eyes here. This is pretty incredible how he moves. First, he's looking this way at his first read. Then he comes back, and then he comes back across to the drag, coming across the field. This is great. This is watch other quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, people like that. They don't do this. They don't make reads where they have to go from one side of the field to the other. And most of them are limited to half read throws. This is something that Burrow does really well. He actually does this better than most anybody in the draft. That's why he's the number 1 pick probably. I had to put this one in just because it's an example of that Michael Jordan even misses a layup. So, Joe Burrow misses a layup here. He has Bama dead to rights. The cornerback slips and falls. You see it here magnified. And the other safety is being held over top by the other receiver. So there's nobody to stop this from being a walk-in 6. Joe Burrow puts this out in front of him. He catches it in stride, and he walks into the end zone. But Joe, this is one of those things with completion percentage that I hate. People talk about high completion percentages, but this is like a play that was completed, but it's a negative play when you're evaluating a quarterback because it should have been more. I like to see the first overall pick in the draft not miss layups like these, but Joe Burrow, this is such a rare throw for him to miss. It's not a concern. He's fine. Okay, so here we're back to the doubles concept again, except for something's changed here. The tight end has been moved to the other side of the line. It's throwing a wrinkle because Bama changed their defense, so LSU is countering, basically. But here you just see another good example for Joe Burrow, just using his feet to extend the play, escape the pocket, and make a throw on the run. I love to see quarterbacks make this kind of play with his rear feet and then throw while moving accurately. So this is a high-end play here from Joe. And here's the back end view of it. You can really see this is amazing feet in the pocket here, avoiding the sack and then throwing. It's a short throw, but it's still a good throw, on the run. On this play, we get to see LSU's pivot concept. I love Burrow's feet and hips here mostly. That's the reason why I put this one in. Immediately after getting the snap, you see his hips are instantaneously open, and he's ready to fire whenever he needs to. Even before his second step of his 3-step drop, which is a very quick drop, by the way, he's able to throw the ball if he needs to. He doesn't do it here. Right after he takes his drop back, he has outside pursuit, and you can see him step up really well. And it's a quick tap inside the pocket. He loads back on his back foot, which gives him drive on the football. He delivers it really well. Good delivery on it. He transfers his weight from the back to the front. He's really good at insulating himself deep inside the pocket when these scenarios come up. I think you start to see Burrow's accuracy really come on display whenever he's well insulated. Now, like, this is another play where he throws an unbelievable throw here. You can see the pocket was really clean, and he throws this football on the outside edge of the field, only where his receiver can get it, and that's just an awesome play. Here we get to see LSU's sail concept. Before this play even happened, you saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I think is one of the best running backs in the draft, if not the best running back in the draft. He's highly overlooked. But he comes in motion, and basically this is to check. You see Burrow's checking at the line now. He's confirming man coverage with that. So Burrow already knows what's going on. So as this sail route starts, you see the flat is going to be taken away. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to get the corner to the end zone, and it's going to come wide open, but it's just for a split second. You see the corner has his back turned towards Clyde, and then you have the free safeties in a bit of a traffic jam at the top. So by the time he turns around, it's too late, but that's just a hair. If that's thrown even a half a second later, that corner is helping on him, and it's probably a pick. This one is just more of what I've been saying, just the feet in the pocket to be able to avoid a sack. A free rusher here just coming right at him, and he dips the shoulder and gets out of the pocket and just throws a really good ball on the run, again moving. This is being able to break that sack and make this throw is just an incredible play. Now we're at one of my favorite plays in the game. In this play, you see the progressions he's able to go through. You see him go to the bottom to the flat first. Not there. He comes to the second read. It's not there. Then he goes up to the third read and makes the play. But the thing of it is, on this play, is he's being pressured. You can see the pocket is collapsing around him. It seems like a short play. It's just a short little throw. But the pocket is being collapsed while he's reading the defense, and he makes a precision throw after going to his third read. That's a really good play. It shows that Burrow really is a kind of player that's NFL ready. If you want to see it from backside of it here, you can really take it in and see how much processing is going on for Joe Burrow to make this kind of throw. My final remarks on Joe is, we don't know where he's going to go. The NFL draft is unpredictable. Sometimes things are 100%, but there's been surprises in the past. We don't know what these teams are thinking. They're keeping things close to the vest, so we don't know how things are going to unfold. But whoever gets Joe Burrow is going to be lucky. If they surround him with a good team, if coaches do their job, this might not be the last championship cigar he smokes.
Told you. Nobody believed me. I told you.